Hey everybody! Recently I have been asked about my brows and how I do my brows and what products do I use, so I decided to film a video for you guys, a little mini tutorial on how I do my brows. And I do have a video out already on my favorite brow products, so I will link that down below. And today I'll just show you guys what I use on my brows and how I do my brows. So if you guys want to see how I do my brows, just keep on watching. Okay, so when working on my brows, I make sure I have a couple of things with me that I always have to have when I'm doing my brows. Anastasia number 7 brush, their eyebrow brush, but you can have any brush. You don't have to. I prefer brushes that have the spoolie at the end, just because it makes it a lot easier to work. You know, while I'm working, I can just flip it around and work with it. But if you don't have a double-ended brush, you can have a spoolie on its own, and then you can have a small thin angled brush. The Dip Brow Pomade from Anastasia in the color dark brown. So today I'm gonna be using the tinted brow gel in caramel. You can use a clear one. I don't know where my clear brow gel is at the moment, so this is what we're gonna be using. It's also handy sometimes to have either a tweezer or a razor to you know, if you have like stray hairs that you want to get rid of. So you can start off with a little bit of brow gel first. Sometimes I do it this way, sometimes I set it at the end, but right now I've been enjoying doing it this way, so it doesn't really matter. You can do it any way that you like. So the way I start at the front, and I just start brushing up, and then as I get towards the end, I kind of start curving it. Using a brow gel just helps set your brows, and you kind of have like a more structured look as to where you're gonna work. So if you don't have brow gel, I highly recommend you just brushing your brows first. I'm kind of doing it lightly because I do have my brow gel that I wanted to help me out for right now. We're gonna go into our dip brow, and all you need is very little to begin with. I just literally like tap it. So I'm gonna start with the bad one. The way I do it is I kind of draw out a line. I almost do like a stencil first, so like on the bottom and the top, and then I color it in. So that's like my outline for the bottom. And because this brow is lower than this one, I kind of like go higher than where my hair is to try to even them out. Now I'm gonna start coloring it in by just doing strokes. And I go the way the hair goes. I focus more of the pomade on like this end and kind of on the top, because that's where I have the least amount of hair. And then like in this section in the front, I don't put as much. And then make sure that you're brushing it out as well. A quick tip to remember is, as you're doing your brows, once you color them in, you can definitely use that as a guide to clean out your brows. So this is a perfect way for you to be able to pluck your own eyebrows and clean your own eyebrows without having to go somewhere else for it. Then when I come into the center, I just kind of like I align it with the bottom, and then I just go up. And then I'm just gonna brush it out. Don't forget to use the spoolie, because the spoolie really helps so that your eyebrows look blended and it doesn't look like patchy. It really helps. And that's pretty much it for my brow. Now let me do my second one, and then we'll talk about cleaning up. Okay, so that is it for my brows. And now I'm gonna clean them up and kind of I try to draw them in as close to each other to resemble each other as much as possible. But you know, we gotta remember they're sisters. They're not twins. They're not identical, so they're never gonna be identical. But I try my best to make them look as even as possible. So now right here, what you can do if you choose, and I'll just show you guys. So right here, if you wanted to make sure that your brow hairs were set, especially if you have like really like unruly hairs, like I know some people have like hair that likes to go everywhere, this would be the perfect time to set your brow hair. So I'm just gonna ever so lightly go, because this is a lightening eyebrow gel, and my brows don't really need to be that light right now because my hair is a little darker. I changed it up so I don't need the highlight as much anymore. So that is it. And if you're happy with your brows, you can keep them this way. So if you're trying to grow out your brows and you have hairs that you just don't want to pluck out just yet, a great tip for that is using concealer. So use concealer as your friend. Using some concealer and a flat brush. I really love e.l.f. foundation brush to do this. It's my fave. So I just go and I carve out my brows. So go on the bottom and the top. I use a thicker brush to clean out my brows, but if you feel more comfortable with a thinner brush, go ahead and feel free to use a thinner brush. This works for me. You do this with foundation as well. You carve it out, then you just like drag it down to blend it in. And I normally do my brows before my eyeshadow, so you know what I like to do too is, if I'm blending, why not put it on your eyelid? Shoot two birds with one stone, you know? And then like that you have like kind of like a primer on your lids, and you also cleaned out your brows. So I feel like it makes the brow look a lot cleaner and more defined. Now we're gonna do the same with the other brow. If you're trying to go for like a natural, more natural looking brow and you feel like it's really carved out, another trick is if you kind of go over where the concealer and brow makeup meets, it kind of helps it like blend in as well, so you don't have like super harsh lines. And that is it for my brows. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope some of you were able to learn something today. It was you guys found it helpful. And this is how I do my brows. I do change it up sometimes, but overall this is pretty much how I like to do my brows. Sometimes I get carried away and I use more brow products than I would like, but I'm trying to stay on more like a natural brow look, so less is more sometimes for brows. And anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed and you did like my channels, please hit the subscribe button down below. And if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts or what your favorite brow products are. And thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye, guys.